In the west of Northern Ireland lies a city with a story as rich and complex as its very name. Welcome to Londonderry. A city ravaged by historical wars and whose very name could spark an instant rebuke. A city where the whole of Europe swung in the balance by a historic siege that would take place here that changed the course of history forever. From its early beginnings to being ravaged by wars between Gaels, Vikings, Normans, Scots and English, Dutch and French, to the contemporary conflicts, peace has always been a much sought after prize. There is the mention of a monastery built here by St. Columcille around the 6th century, but the contemporary city owes its origin to the man Sir Henry Dockwra during the Tudor conquest of Ireland. But it would be the arrival of the Honourable Irish Society, made up from the 12 livery companies of London during the plantation of Ulster in the 17th century, that would forge the rebuilding of the city and its infamous walls. The current building of the Guild Hall was preceded by an earlier town hall called the Market House, which was built in the 17th century but destroyed in the Siege of Londonderry in 1689. The current building, a design by John Guy Ferguson and financed by the Honourable Irish Society, was completed in 1890. The current organ was designed by Sir Walter Parrott and was installed in 1914. The hall would suffer many historical fires and 2 bombings, but was restored and reopened in 1977 at a cost of £1.7 million. It serves today as the seat of the local council building. Conscription was not in force in Ireland, and many from the city would volunteer for war and make the ultimate sacrifice. The 2 world wars would see Allied soldiers stationed here, and the city port leading the battle for the Atlantic in World War II. These walls, built in the 17th century, are among the best preserved in Europe, a testament to the city's turbulent past and its resilience in the face of such adversity. The walls were originally built by the Irish Society between 1613 and 1619 under the supervision of the London builder and architect Peter Benson. The walls are about 1 mile in circumference and contain many of the city's most important landmarks. The entire length of the walls is fully accessible on foot. There are 7 gates in total, 4 of which were built at the same time as the wall themselves, and 3 were added later. Despite the city being besieged many times, these walls were never breached. The Tower Museum, despite its appearance, was built in 1986. It houses the story of Londonderry, which presents the history of the city from its origins to the present day, and that of the Armada shipwreck, La Trinidad Valenciera. The Craft Village is a reconstruction of an 18th century street, home to craft, boutique shops and cafes. On the 16th of April 1600, Sir Henry Dockwra entered Londonderry with a force of 4,000 soldiers. He tore down the ruins of the original big church that stood here and used its stones to build the walls and ramparts of the city. Dockwra placed a square stone tablet in the new church. It read, "The true God is in his temple and is to be truly worshipped." The cathedral is located close to the original site. The cathedral is one of the city's most remarkable and oldest buildings, and sits as a citadel overlooking the town. The figureheads dotted around the buildings of the city represent historical figures, those involved in foreign commerce and one-time economic prowess of those who forged businesses here. Sadly, in harsher times of Ireland, the city would host the Great Migration from its port, initially the Scots, followed by the Irish to America, seeking escape from persecution and famine, seeking a better quality of life. The port of the city would also feature heavily in the surrender of German U-boats at the end of World War II in 1945. From its ancient origins to its modern day vibrancy, Londonderry continues to captivate all who visit, inviting them to discover the layers of history and culture that make it a truly special place. Shadows lengthen as the day whispers goodbye. I've been traveling this road so long, chasing down